Hello, today is the 2008 election night in the United States. Thank you for tuning in to LIP News. Polls are now closed at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Vermont, South Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, Indiana, and Kentucky polls have now closed. Kentucky will go to John McCain, no surprise there, with its 8 electoral votes. Indiana will also go to John McCain with its 11 electoral votes. And John McCain will pull out the win in South Carolina with its 9 electoral votes. Hillary Clinton has only won Vermont, though, and Virginia and Georgia are still close to call. So John McCain and Sarah Palin are winning this election currently, but it's an early lead and many states are still to be called. It is 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, or 7:30, my bad. West Virginia, North Carolina, and Ohio polls have closed. We can now call John McCain winning West Virginia with its 5 electoral votes. Virginia will go to Hillary with its 13 electoral votes. It is now ready to be called. And that is it currently. Georgia, for some reason, is still too close to be called. North Carolina and Ohio expectedly too close to be called. John McCain still holding that early lead. Polls have now closed, and it is 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 172 electoral votes at stake. Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, D.C., Tennessee, Illinois, Missouri, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, and Oklahoma are now ready to be called. Not all of them, but Massachusetts, with its 11 electoral votes, will go to Hillary Rodham Clinton with Tim Kaine. No surprise there. Also, Connecticut with its 7 electoral votes. Rhode Island with its 4. New Jersey with its 14. Maryland with its 10. Delaware with its 3 electoral votes. D.C., the District of Columbia, with its 3. Illinois with its 20. A big win for the Democrats. However, John McCain has pulled out the win in Tennessee. Georgia, which was before too close to be called, now ready to call for John McCain. North Carolina, almost as big as Georgia, with its 15 electoral votes. Missouri, with its 10 electoral votes, also goes to John McCain. Ohio, with its 18 electoral votes, has not had an election wrong in around 60 years. John McCain is now pulled out a win in Ohio. Alabama, with its 9 electoral votes, will go to John McCain, no surprise. Mississippi will go to John McCain with its 6 electoral votes. And Oklahoma with its 7 electoral votes. John McCain and Sarah Palin now have 125 EVs, while Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine only have 88. Pennsylvania, Florida, New Hampshire, and Maine are still too close to call, with its 57 electoral votes at stake. Polls have now closed, and it is 8:30 Eastern Time. Only one state is ready to be called now. Arkansas, with its 6 electoral votes, will go to John McCain despite Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton's husband, winning that state back in 1992 and 1996, his home state. John McCain has further extended his early lead, but now it's getting into the end game. So, can Hillary Clinton make a comeback? We'll see. Polls have now closed, and it is 9 p.m. Eastern Time. In New York, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Kansas, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Texas, and Louisiana, polls have closed. New York, with its 29 electoral votes, will go to Hillary Clinton. Maine, with its 4 electoral votes, will also go to Hillary Clinton. All districts. New Hampshire, with its 4 electoral votes, will go to Hillary Clinton. New Mexico, with its 5 electoral votes, will also go to Hillary Clinton. She's also pulled out the lead in Colorado with its 9 electoral votes. Kansas will go to John McCain with its 6 electoral votes. Nebraska, every single district, will go to John McCain with its 5 electoral votes. North Dakota, with its 3 electoral votes, will go to John McCain as well. Also, South Dakota, with 3 electoral votes as well. Wyoming, again, with 3 electoral votes, will go to John McCain. However, his home state of Arizona is also going to with its 11 electoral votes. A pretty decent win in an election night. John McCain takes the win there. Despite Hispanic leads going to Hillary Clinton in the polls, John McCain has outperformed all of them and won the state of Florida by less than 1 percentage point. Louisiana will go to John McCain as well, with its 8 electoral votes. Texas, with its 38 electoral votes, the second biggest prize of an entire election night, will go to John McCain. So John McCain is now at 237 electoral votes, with Iowa, Montana, Idaho, Utah, Nevada, California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, Hawaii, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania too close to call. Polls have now closed, and it is 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We can now call Utah, Iowa, Nevada, Montana, and more. Hillary has pulled out the win in Minnesota with its 10 electoral votes. Pennsylvania, with its 20 electoral votes, will go to Hillary Clinton. Michigan, with its 16 electoral votes, will also go to Hillary Clinton, keeping this blue wall that Democrats need so desperately. Utah, with its 6 electoral votes in the Midwest, will go to John McCain. Former opponent Mitt Romney endorsed John McCain back when, I don't even remember. But he did, and I'm sure this had an impact in John McCain's large 60% win. Iowa, a state that was polling for Hillary, is going to John McCain with 6 electoral votes. He's out of the polls there. Nevada, another Latino or Hispanic poll outdone by John McCain. He has taken the lead, or won in Nevada. Montana, with its 3 electoral votes, will also go to John McCain. So, John McCain and Sarah Palin are only 14 electoral votes away, while Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine are only halfway there. Wisconsin is still too close to call. Polls have now closed, and it is 11 p.m. Eastern Time. California, Washington, Oregon, Hawaii, and Idaho are all ready to be called, with, I believe, Wisconsin also ready to be called. Wisconsin, with its 10 electoral votes, will go to Hillary Clinton, keeping that blue wall. California, with its 55 electoral votes, the biggest win possible tonight. Hillary Clinton has now taken the lead in, and is projected to win here, leaving a clear pathway for her to win the election, with Washington also going to her with its 12 electoral votes, and Oregon with its 7 electoral votes, and Hawaii with its 4 electoral votes. Although John McCain has only taken Idaho here. And now, with a sudden huge comeback, Hillary just got 188 electoral votes in one poll closing. Alaska is projected to go to John McCain before it's even been called, mainly because Sarah Palin is from there and it's not really competitive. So, you can definitely 100% expect this to be the map that we see tonight. Either way, even if Hillary Clinton does win Alaska, there's no change in the winner. So, Hillary Clinton will be the first female president of the United States, and that's about it. The first Democrat elected since Bill Clinton is another Clinton. Goodbye.